Can anything good come from a socialist slash communist country? And the answer is no. But if you squint really hard, if you really become the glass full type of person, these are some positive. Number one, since growing up in a dictatorship, you severely lack resources. Whenever you do get to have anything, you appreciate it a lot more. I'll give you an example. When I was around 13 or 14 years old, my dad, through his work contacts, since he worked for an American ambassador, was able to secure an Xbox. To put it in perspective, this Xbox, even today in 2025, if you own one of these in Cuba, you're rich. Can you imagine how happy I was when for the first time in my life I ever saw one of these in my house? Our economic resources, even though I begged my father to keep it, my father told me he couldn't keep it, he had to sell it because we needed the money. In the meantime, because not everyone also has the money to buy it, I got to play it for a little bit, and it was around a month. When I tell you guys that on that month, I was the coolest kid around my whole neighborhood. I mean, kids from 5, 6, 7 blocks away would come to my house, knock on my doors just so they could get to see my Xbox and play with it for a little bit. And that, it's a gratitude that I carried until today. I mean, growing up, my whole dream was to own a Wilson racket. And now, you'll be pleased to know that I own 2 Wilson rackets. I'm still the same kid. That same kid that couldn't own toys, that same kid that never owned a video game system or something as simple as a racket. These are Walmart rackets. They were like $14, $15. But I'm eternally grateful that I get to own one of these. The other one will be that a family bond in Cuba, it's a lot stronger and closer than over here. Because of the type of life that we live here in the United States where everything is routinary and everyone always has so many projects and it's always so busy, you cannot just show up at someone's house unannounced. But over there in Cuba, whether it's a block away or a city away where you have to travel all day, you can just go to your family's home anytime, any day, and visit them. They're going to be home and they're going to be happy that you're there because they have nothing to do. So because of this, cousins are brothers, uncles are fathers. Your brothers are your worst enemies. And I say this jokingly, but growing up with my brother and my sister, many times we fought over who gets the bigger piece of a single piece of gum or who was spending more time playing a Super Nintendo that we had rented from someone. And even one time I got in trouble with my brother who was 4 years older than me because I stole his shoes. Let me explain myself. My brother and me, we don't have the same father. So his father is not as tall as mine. And even though he's 4 years older than me, by the time I was 16, I was already outgrowing him. My brother had a really nice pair of shoes of the brand Kelme that his father, who lived in the United States at the time, had sent it to him. To me, it was a now or never moment where I get to wear those shoes. So I waited for my brother to go to work one day and I wore his shoes all day. Now his best friend saw me with it and told my brother that I was wearing his shoes. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty tight, but it felt awesome wearing those pair of shoes for the whole day. My brother got really mad at me, and with good reason. A pair of shoes over there is like me taking the keys to your Lamborghini over here. That just goes to show why over here in the United